Julian has been held in a maximum security prison for the last 3.5 years. The UN Special Rapporteur on Torture, Niels Melzer, who's actually from Switzerland, went to see him in 2019 and took two experts with him who identify symptoms or have experience in assessing people who are suffering the effects of psychological torture. And so those experts and this professor found that Julian was suffering the effects of psychological torture. He's been psychologically tortured. And the situation that Julian's in is the same now as it was then. And so that's 3.5 years ago that they released their report that was, ignored by the UK, essentially. So his health is in decline. He's in a sort of precarious state health-wise. He had a minor stroke last October. So that is evidence of this sort of never-ending process, this punishment by process that Julian's been put through is it's crushing him physically, and that is evidence of that. I went and saw him, and we try and, he still has a fire inside him. He still has that fire to keep fighting this. And that's always stands out when I go and see him, when I speak to him. He's fighting this case against him, and he understands the implications that it has, not just for him, but for everybody else. And it's not just his fight, but everyone else's fight. And, we often talk when we're there about, coming to speak to people like this and the sort of worldwide wave of support that is out there for Julian. There's parliamentary groups in most every Western democracy. There are groups of parliamentarians. There are, Germany has 92, France has 49, even the UK has 26 in their parliament. There are world leaders now who are calling out the US. You've got the Prime Minister in Australia who's saying enough's enough. That they are doing diplomatic talks with the US to try and end this situation. So you have world leaders now who are backing in Julian. And so all this information that we bring him, lifts his spirits and keeps him going, knowing that there are people out there all around the world, who are fighting for him, and he's fighting for them as well through this. It's the sort of once in a lifetime fight. This one.